The sun beat down on Blackwater, California, in 1875, turning the streets to a haze of dust and sweat, where the clang of pickaxes from nearby gold mines mixed with the shouts of prospectors chasing dreams as fleeting as desert mirages. Boone Carter, 40 and worn like old leather, slumped in the corner of the Rusty Nail Saloon, his Stetson low over eyes that carried the weight of too many hard years. Once a ranch hand whose laughter echoed across Kansas plains, he'd been hollowed out by a fire that devoured his family's homestead, claiming his mother and younger sister in one brutal night. His father, broken by grief, drowned in whiskey, leaving Boone a silver locket, its cherry blossom engraving a silent riddle from his mother's hidden past. Now a drifter, he dulled his pain with poker and rotgut, his hands steady at the table but trembling when memories stirred. Blackwater buzzed with the chaos of a boomtown, swollen with miners, many of them Chinese laborers who'd crossed the Pacific for gold, only to find grueling work on the railroads or in the mines, their sweat stitching the nation together while laws and mobs shoved them to the edges. Boone didn't think much of it, the West was a hard place for everyone. But that night, the saloon's poker game hooked him like a fish, the stakes piled high with gold dust, mining claims, and something unthinkable. A young woman, bound by debt to Harlan Crow, a prospector with a sneer as sharp as a blade. Li Wei stood silent in the corner, 20 years old, her silk cheapao faded and torn, ebony hair pinned tightly, her almond eyes burning with quiet defiance beneath their lowered gaze. Lured from Guangdong with promises of work, she'd been trapped in servitude, now wagered like a trinket in Harlan's desperate hand. Boone didn't aim to win big, he played to escape, to lose himself in the thrill of chance. But fate, or what his mother once called destiny, had other plans, dealing him a royal flush on the final hand. The table erupted in groans, Harlan slamming his fist, his full house crumbling. "She's yours, Cowboy," he snarled, shoving Li Wei forward, her chains clinking softly. The crowd hooted, but Boone's stomach churned. She wasn't a prize, but a person, her slight frame tense, her glance meeting his for a fleeting moment, fierce and unyielding. Shock hit him like a bullet. What had he done? He drew his knife, slicing through her chains, the iron falling like shed skin, and draped his coat over her shoulders, ignoring the jeers. "Come on," he muttered, leading her out into the cooling night, the stars a vast, indifferent canopy above. Harlan's voice chased them, "You'll regret that, Carter. She's cursed, bad luck to every man." Boone ignored him, helping Li Wei onto his mare, her body rigid against his as they rode to his camp outside town, a lean-to by a whispering creek. He tossed her a blanket and some jerky, sitting across the fire, his voice rough, "You're free come morning. I don't own folks." Her eyes widened, her English accented but clear, "Why? You won me." Boone's fingers brushed the locket in his pocket. "My ma taught me better. Said no souls for owning." Twist, as she shifted, a pendant slipped from her neck, a jade cherry blossom, identical to his locket's engraving. His breath caught, coincidence, or something deeper? Suspense coiled tight. Who was she, and how did her path cross his family's ghost? The creek's soft babble was a restless lullaby, but sleep eluded Boone, his mind racing. Li Wei spoke haltingly, her voice a melody of distant shores. "I came from China for work, laundry, cooking. Men like Harlan, they take." Boone nodded, sharing his own wounds, the fire that stole his family, his mother's strange stories of blooming trees in spring, her accent hinting at origins beyond Kansas fields. "She had a pendant like yours," he said, pulling out the locket, its cherry blossom gleaming in the firelight. Li Wei's fingers brushed it, "Sakura, cherry blossom. Symbol of fleeting life, renewal." Their hands met, a spark flaring, her gaze holding him. Weeks turned to months, their camp moving to Boone's abandoned family ranch in the hills, its charred ruins a stark reminder of loss. Li Wei worked beside him, hammering nails with a strength that matched his own, their evenings by the fire filled with stories, hers of Guangdong's rice fields, dodging arranged marriages, the perilous sea voyage to California, and the railroad's brutal toll, where Chinese laborers faced dynamite blasts and anti-Chinese riots. Boone shared memories of his mother's odd habits, brewing bitter teas, murmuring words that sounded like Li Wei's Cantonese. She never spoke of her past, he said, the locket warm in his palm. Li Wei's eyes lit up. Cherry blossom, my family's symbol, from Guangdong. Twist. In the ruins, he found his mother's diary, its pages revealing she was Chinese, adopted as a child after fleeing Guangdong during the Taiping Rebellion, the cherry blossom her clan's mark. Li Wei's grandmother had known her, sending the pendant as a beacon across oceans. Shock hit Boone, destiny, not chance. Suspense surged, hoofbeats returned, torches flaring in the night, Harlan's gang, seeking vengeance. Boone and Li Wei fought side by side, her knife flashing, his rifle barking. Harlan cornered them, snarling, she stole my gold. Li Wei's voice rang out, you stole my freedom. Boone's bullet ended the threat, but the fight left them bloodied and breathless. Healing came slowly, their love deepening in the rebuilt ranch. Nights were fervent, his lips tracing her skin, her sighs guiding their passion, their connection heart-touching and raw. Li Wei bore a daughter, her eyes mirroring Boone's mother's, a living echo of the past. Twist. Harlan's hidden gold, stashed in the ruins, funded their new home, turning his malice into their foundation. Final twist. The locket held a secret. A map to his mother's family land in California, tying their heritages together across continents. Their love, hot, romantic, transformative, rewrote their fates under the vast western skies, a testament to courage, compassion, and the roots that bind us, even in the unforgiving frontier. The days stretched into years, their ranch thriving as a haven of hard-won peace. Boone, once a ghost, found purpose in the rhythm of work and love, teaching their daughter to ride, her laughter filling the hills like his once did. Li Wei, no longer a stranger in a harsh land, wove her culture into their lives, her teas, her stories, her strength, blending with Boone's own. The cherry blossom, a symbol of fleeting life, became their emblem of renewal, etched into their home's gate. They faced whispers from town, distrust of their union, of Li Wei's past, but their bond held firm, built on shared scars and defiance. The West, with its cruelties and promises, had forged them anew, their love a quiet rebellion against its chaos. Each night, under stars that no longer felt indifferent, Boone held Li Wei close, the locket's weight a reminder of destiny's hand, guiding them to a future neither had dared to